It's the big show back at Coronation Street today, and we're joined by a superstar, a megastar, a sex symbol, Jennie McAlpine. How are you?
Was that an introduction for me?
Of course it was for you, because you're the big star of Coronation Street now. Everybody loves you, don't they?
Oh, I don't know about that. You clearly do, Alex.
I think so.
That's enough.
I've got a thing for you, and I'll tell you what it is. You're always around, and you have peculiar bags, and even if I don't want to look at you, you've normally got something on that's worth watching.
That is a good analysis. I've never even thought of it like that. Yeah. So if that's probably why I do put all these ridiculous clothes on, so that if they don't want to look at me or listen to me, they can just admire something decorative about me.
Is it fun being you? Because you've had some great storylines, especially in the last year, and then you get to hang out with the girls in the factory, and then you get your own bits. You've kind of got everything.
Yeah, well, I do. I love it. And the first reason that I love it is I am genuinely a massive Corrie fan. I really am. I mean, I'm a massive soap fan. I always have been, but especially Corrie. So to have got a part in it feels like yesterday, but sort of almost 8 years ago now, was just like a dream come true. So I love it. And like you say, I've just been so privileged that Fizz has had such great storylines, and that's it. And being part of the factory crew, you've always got that chorus of girls gossiping about stuff, so always lots of fun to be had.
What was that feeling like then when the phone rang and you'd got it? You were on the programme. We didn't know how long for or how big your part was going to be, but you were actually going to be on Coronation Street.
I remember where I was when I got the phone call. Stood outside Pizza Hut on Deansgate. I only just remembered that, actually. I think I remember, then I forgot. Yeah, so what was it? Yeah, just amazing. And I was only supposed to come into Corrie for 4 episodes to play Roy and Hayley's foster child, which I did and caused a bit of trouble, and then came back about 3 months later. So I didn't expect for 1 minute to have been in it longer. It was just great. It was great to be in it for even a minute, let alone 4 episodes, and now, like I say, all these years later. So just amazing, amazingly chuffed.
And this is a show that thrives on personalities and characters, and you tick both of those boxes, don't you, really?
Oh, that's very kind. I'm going to have an interview with you again, Alex. Well, I think that what Corrie also has is great writers, and they are brilliant at picking the parts of you that work the best, and they know the bits that I can bring best to Fizz, so they really work on that, and that's why. And so there's always a great. The writers know the characters so well, so and you can just tell they just write. You know, you're just like, oh yeah, that's classic Norris, that's classic Roy. You know, you can always. So that's, I think, the strength of Corrie, the how well the writers know all the characters.
And then you go from being no one to being a megastar within an instant, because this show is the #1 show. How does that feel, walking around Manchester and everybody knows you?
Well, I think that question's asked a lot, and to be honest, it's lovely. And because, as I say, I am a fan of Corrie, I realise that other people are, because I am that person. So it's lovely, and I do get quite irritated when there are people who say that they don't like it and they don't like this sort of fame business. And obviously, I mean, there's some things that happen with famous people that are inappropriate, where press, you know, hound them in horrible ways. But when you're just talking about a fan stopping you on Deansgate and asking for your autograph, the amount of people who complain about that is I'm not talking about our show, I'm just talking about famous people in general. The amount of people who complain about that is huge, and I think that's ridiculous, because these are the people that watch our show, and that if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here nearly 50 years later.
And does it ever become normal walking in the cabin and seeing Rita and Norris there, or going into the Rover's Return? No,
it is never ever normal. And I think that's the thing about Corrie as well. I think probably because it's been around so long, and the geography of it is so recognisable, the cobbles and where everything is. So walking onto the set, seriously, is sometimes, I mean, because I do it every day, it's sometimes, you know, probably take it for granted, but occasionally, well, it's not that occasionally, like probably once a day, stood on the cobbles and looking at the cabin thinking, oh my goodness, this is Coronation Street, which, you know, I used to come to Granada Studios tours when I was little and look around here, and now I'm working here. It never becomes anything but amazing.
One thing I'm learning from this show, there's no time to mess about. There's no time to rehearse live or anything like that. You make it look so natural and you seem so at home. Did that come to you very quickly? Because there aren't second chances with Coro, are there really?
No, there aren't. I think you get better at sort of the line learning and the discipline of it as you go on naturally. I think I'm probably naturally better at doing work in this kind of way, actually. I like improvising. Not that I'm saying Corrie's improvised, but I like doing stuff only once and not very often. I don't think I'd be great doing a tour of a play for like 18, 24 months. I think I would be bored. So that's what's great. Corrie, we do only do it twice, 3 times maximum, then we're on the next scene. So I think I like that way of working.
And is it still a thrill when the script comes through to see what you're going to be doing next?
Yes, it is. And also what's still a thrill, I was almost nearly heartbroken because I just was looking at the Christmas scripts coming up, and I was just looking through the scripts and I thought I wasn't in the Christmas Day episode, which, would have been fine because I wouldn't have minded. But I was secretly really upset. And now I was. And now
you wouldn't have minded, but you would have been upset.
I would have been upset. Well, I would have pretended I wouldn't have minded because obviously we're not always in it. But I think I've been in most of them. And now that I have been in, I couldn't imagine not being in it. So I am in this Christmas Day episode, which I'm very pleased. I don't know, just because Corrie has always been a fixture in my house, especially at Christmas. So if I had to tune in and not see myself, I'd be upset.
But you've got a very small ego.
No, it's not. It's not about what. It's really not. Actually, I hate watching myself. It's not really about watching myself. But if I saw like all the goings on and everyone saying Merry Christmas to each other and I wasn't part of it, I would have been really upset.
And then how does it feel when you're in the Christmas special and you're finding somebody else's knickers in your Christmas presents?
Oh, well, exactly. That's the thing. I mean, I had a horrendous Christmas Day last year. Fizz did. So hopefully, I don't know. I think, she's probably going to be quite sad this Christmas because she is quite heartbroken at the moment. But maybe not. Oh, yeah, she probably is. Oh, God knows what's going to happen.
And do you like being funny or do you like being serious or sad? I'm told that it's more difficult to be comedic every day because that's kind of boring. Do you like the challenge of being emotional every now and again because you're such a bubbly character? I do. And that's why I love Corrie, because you can do all those things, Fizz. And I think what's great is when you can do it sort of almost in the same scene and in the same breath. I think that's the greatest sort of comedy, is when you have that pathos of something really tragic, but someone can say, my favourite line, I'll tell you, let me describe it like this. My favourite line of Corrie ever was when Gail Platt said to Richard Hillman, when all this trauma and he'd like murdered everyone, and she said, you're sick, you're twisted, you're Norman Bates with a briefcase. I thought it was the best line in the world because this was about something really traumatic. She's just found out that her husband is the greatest mass murderer, albeit a very comical one, the street's ever seen, and she comes out with a line like that. So that is the bits I love. So and I enjoy crying, but I also enjoy laughing. And there are moments which are so stupid, almost pantomime and definitely fast. Norris, just a few months ago, was lying on the floor and he'd put his back out and he was reading a book. When you watch that from the sidelines, is it as funny to you then as it is to us watching it back live?
Oh yeah, definitely. These things sometimes work best, actually. Sometimes, unfortunately, when you watch things on screen, they're not actually as funny as they were in real life. But luckily, anyone who's watching it hasn't watched it being done for real, so it doesn't really matter. Because sometimes you do think, oh, that was funnier when we did it, actually.
So then you get a call to say, we fancy flying you out to South Africa to make a DVD.
Oh, I was so excited. So excited.
And did they fly you business class or cattle?
Very much cattle, but we're used to that.
They flew you out cattle class?
Yeah, of course they flew us out.
You're a big star, they can't do that to you.
I had to swim back. I've just got here, just in time to film the Christmas Day episode.
You are working me from behind, they didn't fly you cattle.
They really did, actually. And we had to, yeah, they really did.
That's pathetic, they should be ashamed of themselves.
I know, it's a very small budget.
I work in radio and even I won't fly cattle.
I know, and we had to. We had to stop halfway, and then actually the journey there actually took us. We counted. It took 27 hours because we stopped. Where did we stop? In Munich, and then had like a huge 15-hour delay. I should be telling you it's all glamorous. No, we flew, and then a helicopter picked us up from the airport, and we were picked up, and there was all that, and anyone who shook our hand wore a white glove. It was all that business.
And that's what you deserve. I'm ashamed of Coronation Street. They should sort that out. So then you arrive anyway, and they've made this brand new DVD where we can't say too much because we don't want to give it away, and I haven't seen it at this point when we're recording because it's all so private and confidential.
Yeah. I can give you edited highlights of it.
You're not going to have to kill me afterwards, are you?
No, I don't think so. We've got the sort of return of Scylla. So you know when you hear that in the sentence that it's gonna be going a bit wrong. There's gonna be some sort of ulterior motive in there. She invites Kirk and Chesney and Fizz, but Fizz initially declines, over to join her in South Africa, in Sun City, where she is living and working at the moment. And Kirk and Chesney go over thinking it's all wonderful, and then suddenly they discover it isn't quite that. She did have a slight ulterior motive. She's entered them into this competition. She's made a few she's told a few untruths about her family and how wonderful it is.
Am I right in thinking there's a wheelchair involved somewhere?
Yeah, she's basically entered this competition to say that she's got the best and most diverse and fabulous, interesting, dynamic family in the world. And to do that, she's said that one of the family's in a wheelchair.
Only in Coronation Street.
Well, I'll tell you what she said about the three people, and you've got to guess who's what. She said one's in a wheelchair, one's a nun, and one has got the mental age of an 8-year-old. And there's Chesney, Fizz and Kirk, so you work out who's who.
Oh, brilliant. We don't even need to go there, do we? And let's talk about Kirk for a minute, because he's the bravest guy, I think, in show business. He's so happy for everybody to laugh at him, but he's laughing at him with warmth. What's he like in real life, then? No,
he's a star. I've just spoken to him, actually, because he's just had a baby. Well, he hasn't, but his lovely wife has. He is a star. We all get on really well, you know, and especially the four of us who went out in South Africa, we couldn't have been better, and it was great for sort of us. It was like a reunion for us because we hadn't seen Wendy for so long. So I work with some of the best people. I really do. We have a good time.
I'm only guessing, but I presume there isn't a great deal of room for divas and people who are precious in this building because you've just got too much to do.
Yeah, no, there really isn't, and I don't think it wouldn't be put up with, and also that there isn't the time, and yeah, we've just got to get on with it. We're filming 17, 18 scenes a day. It's so rapid, you know, every scene has got to be shot as quick as we can, so no, there's no time for it.
And as for your wardrobe, is there ever been a point where you said, no, I'm not wearing that?
Well, I tell you, no, never. But I have gone. Well, I mean, from the beginning, it's changed slightly, and now I've tried to go a little bit more grown up with her, but then sort of occasionally put in a little bit of, because I think there's a little bit of fun and a bit of a child in everyone. So I like that.
No, I'm very boring. There's no child in me.
Oh, there is, Alex.
And very finally about your future, I want you to be happy. I want you to get married. I want you to have 16 children in the programme, not personally. I don't know what you're doing privately. Is that going to happen?
I don't know. People ask me that. I think for a time, Fizz is going to be unlucky in love, because I just think that's where we get the sort of best drama out of it. So I can't see her settling down very soon. She might have 16 kids, but that'd be dramatic and not a happy ending.
Am I pervy fancying Rosie Webster? Because there's something not quite right about that. And that's not good for you either, is it? And bearing in mind what happened last Christmas.
Well, she's beautiful. But yeah, you are a bit pervy.
I just needed it confirming. Really lovely to talk to you, Jenny, and congratulations on everything and this new DVD, which is amazing. I don't know how it's amazing because I haven't seen it, but I'm just going to say that just for the programme.
It is amazing. We don't know how much it is.
You see, we don't know anything really, do we?
Get someone to copy it for you.
You could do that because you've seen it. I'll come round your house and watch it in a bit.
Yeah. I could make a book here.
Jenny, thank you very much for talking to me.
Brilliant. Thank you, Alex. Merry Christmas.